I don't think the BSR reflects the true nature of every teenager such as me and you, because I don't think we go around stabbing people and taking drugs.
I really like the films. I can relate to them in my daily life, and I've also been in some experiences I had to get out of, and a bit of them I exaggerated because it's not really like that. I see where they're coming from.
I think they are very good films, and it affects a lot of people because people can relate to it.
It's a good genre because it's close to home because we are part of East London.
Oh, do I? Okay. Can you repeat the question, please?
What are your thoughts on the BSR genre and why?
Yeah, I think it's quite a good genre because, like Jasmine said, it's quite relevant to us, and we can relate to it and probably take things away from it, positive or negative.
I think it's good because it's entertaining. It's got loads of action in it, and I can relate to it because I'm in from London. It's usually they're in London.
It's a bit. I don't like them, but they're like inspired by like American or French films, and it's not as good.
Yeah, I think it's good because it's more realistic for us because we know how it is here.
So do you feel like you can relate to it?
Yeah, not relate, but you understand what they're coming by.
I think although they are quite graphic, they are reality, so they're quite educational if you watch them in a way.
The genre itself is good, it's interesting, it's something different to others, and I don't really know why.
I like it because it relates to real life and stuff, but then you kind of need to be sort of a gangster to sort of really get into it. So in general, you don't really like it. But I do like the reality side of it, since it's not adventure and all that practice and movies.
Action, comedy and violence, because that's what entertains me a lot, and it's attractive when people get beaten up.
Normally when there's a group of guys and they go to do a mission and you always get that one bad guy, yeah, I like them films. Like Italian Job.
Mainly in those sort of films I look for fights, drugs, sex, violence, all of that.
A good storyline, an engaging one.
I look for something that has a deeper meaning behind it, so at the end, like something that's inspiring, or like some inspiring character in there.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
So do you like the action films with comedy or?
Yeah. Action films. Yeah. Or like psychological thrillers. Yeah.
I look for good action, a good story obviously, because sometimes it don't really make sense, and comedy too. That has to be funny.
Like action, comedy. That's about it.
So what?
Something new.
Something new, yeah. So storyline and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, fucking explosions and shit.
What else?
Is there anything else that you look for?
Action, just like a lot of action and stuff like that.
Action, otherwise I don't want to watch it. Has to have a good plot line, has to be interesting.
Do you like the fact that in American films they exaggerate everything, or do you want more reality based?
More reality-based films, because otherwise you're just living in a fantasy, really.
A lot of comedy, a lot of action, and just generally it just has to be good and interesting.
Do you like the fact that they are more exaggerated than British realism? Do you like reality based films?
Sorry?
Do you like the fact that they're exaggerated, like superheroes and stuff, or do you like reality?
Sometimes I can think, okay, it is good, but then the way they do it, it could be taken into a different view. And in my view, I think it's just shit. Yeah.
Generally, I look for a lot of violence and action and twists in the plots in the movie, in the storyline.
Why exactly is that? Does it give you more entertainment or?
Yeah, more entertainment, more interesting.
So would you rather watch a film that's exaggerated in like a fantasy world or reality like BSR?
I'd rather reality, definitely reality.
Why is that?
Because, well, it will appeal to me more, and you can take something that you can take away with you outside the movie.
Adulthood, because some of the victims in that movie can be related to the people I know, and it's just generally what I see around in this area.
Probably kidulthood. Because there's a lot of like violence, gangs, guns, women getting fucked.
Film-wise, it will probably be kidulthood, and program-wise, it will probably be Top Boy. Mainly because I've seen people being affected by those sort of the sort of things that happen in the shows and films. Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Because within that film there are loads of different storylines which come up to one storyline, which is really good, and it keeps the audience on their toes and intrigued on what's going to happen and why they're linked with each other.
I like kidulthood because it shows like our youth of today and what they get up to and stuff, and yeah.
Probably kidulthood or adulthood because they got loads of action in it. Yeah, as I said before, I like action. It's quite funny as well.
Or what aspects do you think we can include in our production from those type of films?
I don't know really.
I don't have them. I don't have one because they're all rubbish. Like kidulthood and adulthood are awful versions of a French film done in the 90s. Awful. Ill Manners is just stupid. It's really stupid. Can't think of it anymore. So.
Kidulthood because because thingy because I like the plot in it. And that's really it.
Do you like the narrative behind it?
Yeah, I like the narrative behind it as well.
I like the characters.
I like how I like how it's like tense in there as well. Just so
I don't have a favourite. I don't really like them. I've watched them, but I don't like them.
What ones have you watched?
Kidulthood.
What did you think?
I think they're quite. They do. They're of reality, but I think they're a bit too graphic, especially because of the target age they're based at. It's too graphic for that.
Kidulthood, because the film itself I think is quite unique, and the storyline I quite like itself, and what happens within it I really like.
One person to ask.
I don't have a favourite PSR film. I don't really watch them because they don't directly appeal to me. I don't live in the areas that they usually set in or follow any of the stories that they do. So
you just because you can't relate to them.
Yeah, just not relatable.
Alright, cool.
I think it's good, but it can be improved in certain aspects.
I think it's very complicated, but it sounds good.
It's a good idea. It does fit in with the BRS that you're trying to. Yeah. But I do feel like it's a bit of an exaggerated storyline. But I think films like that are exaggerated anyway. But I think they're for entertainment purposes. So for that, in that instance, you are entertaining the audience, which is what you need to do. So yeah.
I think it's a really good storyline. It's really common, like that is like what happens in real life these days and everything. So yeah, it's definitely relevant. So you get a lot of viewers.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's a good idea. It's quite realistic as well, so I think it'd do well.
Okay, so alright, so he's happy. No, he gets abused by his dad. Yeah. And then he turns to drugs, and then he gets trapped, and then he dies.
Well, pretty much.
That's pretty depressing, man. I don't know if you do it well. It's better than no story. I think it could be quite good. Yeah, it could be quite good.
But yeah, I think it's a pretty good idea. I like the way it can relate to real life and stuff about kids getting into drugs and then leading them to their death and stuff. So it's definitely a life lesson that people can learn from it.
I like the idea because it's simple, it's not complex, and I think the idea itself will come out quite good because you know what's going on exactly in each part. Yeah, I think it's good.
I like your idea because it shows reality, but it's not exaggerated. It's basically showing reality, but it's actual reality. It's not like kidulthood or adulthood.
Do you
It exaggerates a bit too much because most drug dealers, when they are into it, they don't try getting out of it.
It has been exaggerated, although I think some people would be able to relate to it because in those sort of communities, that's the sort of things that happen.
I don't think it's exaggerated because that does actually happen. Well, it might be like in extreme cases and stuff, but yeah, I think it's a good storyline.
It's a bit exaggerated because I think if a child is being abused or something, he'll tell someone that's more like developed now.
Do you think? How do you think we could improve on things like that?
What on?
Like those exaggerated parts. How do you think we can tone it down?
Making it more realistic, like maybe I don't know, like talking to him about it with a friend or something, rather than just getting straight into it, even though he has no friends. I don't even know what to say.
The issues you're dealing with are like quite accurate. But it doesn't sum up British life. Like not everyone does drugs and dies.
Sorry.
But it's an important issue you're dealing with. I just dropped my fork.
I believe it does portray it pretty well. Maybe exaggerated in some aspects, like the parents. Maybe they're not that bad. Maybe they're just not the richest in the world, not just flat out broke. But I do think it relates to like in terms of drugs and stuff that leads to their deaths. That's definitely true.
Alright, thanks. I don't think it really exaggerates anything because, as I said, the idea itself is simple, so there's no complications within the idea.
I think it portrays British life accurately.
So you think if we actually add some graphic stuff like blood or even sex or anything, you would like it?
No, I would like it because that's what happens. So it's reality.